Okay, lot. So today we are gonna be looking into a speed running team for one of the Elite Hunter program raids, right? And that is the tournament grounds right here, right? So yesterday I managed to get a 2-minute run with a few other people in here, and yeah. As you know, Tournament Grounds and Rooftop Rumble are two of the different raids where Squid Blades don't exactly work in, right? Like, you don't need to pass any of the, trash mobs that lie before the boss, right? That's why a lot of different strategies are employed in there, right? So unlike the other 7 raids or rifts where Squid Blades work, Tournament Grounds is one that doesn't, right? And you will need to find some sort of a different team comp. Now, I know that a lot of people in here try to go with 4 speed shot bows and a lot of chicken gadgets and try to beat it that way. Personally, I don't think that will work for a very long time, right? I know some of you might have completed, right? But the problem with this rift and speed shot bows is that, especially in the second phase, the boss has a very nasty shield which blocks a lot of your attacks, so you will struggle a lot with that. And yeah, yesterday we tried it out and we discovered a team that worked really well, right? And I will showcase it you in a bit. And what you see on the screen right here is the team that we used, right? So pretty much 3 other people used the same team, so that was me and 2 other teammates. The 4th teammate we had used a speed shot bow. Now I cannot say whether that's like better or worse than having 4 buzz skill setups, right? Because here's the deal. With the buzz skill, you are in melee range, right? So if you are a little bit of a weaker level, you do have a risk of dying, and dying in this one, right? You will lose all of your pets, so it's way worse to die than using just the speed shot bow, where you can simply just recover the charge bar in like 2 seconds and shoot at mass capabilities again, right? So yeah. Dying with this one is much worse than the speed shot bow. However, because there are so many different pets in the field, especially with like 3 or 4 people running full pet teams, you will be able to avoid a lot of the hits. Sheldons right here, if you deploy them correctly, will be able to absorb a lot of the damage, right? Ideally, you don't want to deploy all of the Sheldons at once, because they do have like this little 7 to 8 second downtime window where if you all deploy at once, there will be like 7 to 8 seconds where the boss will start hitting either the chickens or it will start hitting you, and the damage he does is quite high, right? So you want to avoid deploying all of the Sheldons at once. Best way to do it is probably to deploy like 2 or 3 at first, and then the last person has to wait like 10 seconds before deploying theirs, so that you constantly have a Sheldon running, right? But yeah, for the build, it's very similar. So you of course go Buzzkill in order to spawn the bees. You will go Sheldon and Vitamin Shot. Now for the third one, this is a bit more flexible, right? I've tested both of these gadgets and they did very similar damage to me. So you can either use Spicy Dagger to boost all of the damage from all of our pets, or you can use the really cool sticker, right? This also works on your pets. However, the main drawback with this gadget is that because you are running full pet rings, right, and this damage counts as weapon damage, you don't exactly have any passives that boost weapon damage, right? If you had something like this where it did boost your attack speed and damage, it would at least contribute to the damage boost of that really cool sticker. But because you are running full pet rings, right, you don't exactly get a big damage boost from really cool sticker. However, again, whether you use cool sticker or Spicy Dagger, the damage potential is very similar, right? From what I've tested, I've gotten very similar damage both using the sticker and the dagger, right? So in the end, it's really just preference. If you like having that extra little dash/teleport towards the boss, it's really good, but you also need to have a full pet team already shooting before using this, otherwise they won't really do too much damage, right? And yeah, for the passives, you of course want to run a chicken. Ideally, you want to run healthy snacks, because you will be getting hit eventually, and while you don't have a lot of heals, right, you do want to have that extra max HP. Of course, it's quite flexible, the second and third passives. As long as you have the chickens, you can experiment with the other two. But I went for Healthy Snacks for max HP and Vampire Teeth because not only it heals you, but your pets will be able to heal as well. And trust me, because the boss has a lot of AoE attacks, your chickens and your bees will be getting hit as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the team. This is what we used. 3 people use this setup. Some people use Spicy Dagger, some people use the Real Cool Sticker, of course. And the 4th one went with the bow, and I'll showcase you the run that you can see here. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get into it. Okay, and here's the setup that we had. So we were relatively high leveled. 3 of us were close to level 60. 1 of us was at level 51. So again, like this elite raid is one of the more difficult ones, right? So it does require you to have a relatively high level team, right, compared to at least the other days that we speedrun. But yeah, the thing with this team is, again, like you can see, we spawned some Sheldons, right? I believe that was 3 Sheldons. I think a 4th one is getting hold on and spawned like 10 seconds later. But essentially, what you're gonna do is you want to spawn as many bees and then use either your Spicy Dagger or the Really Cool Sticker to increase that DPS by a lot, right? The thing with the first phase, right, this one is not exactly dangerous, right? You will be able to DPS it quite easily. The main problem with this phase is all of his mobility, right? As the boss moves, you will be burning a lot of time. So as you can see, early on, we managed to get him to use his first few dashes in the little corridor right there. So you can either try to get him into a corner or near a wall for the first phase so that he doesn't move as much, right? Because as he moves, the issue is not the DPS, right? You will have enough DPS. You would be able to DPS him in like 30 seconds easily if he didn't move. The problem is all of the mobility, right? And the mobility is really the big drawback here. So try to get him somewhere closer to a wall, to a corner, if possible, right? But only do this for either the first phase or the first 2 phases, because in the 3rd phase he will have a nasty AoE attack in this cone shape, and that will prevent you from doing a lot of damage. But yeah, with the 2nd phase, you can see you were able to deal with it quite easily. It doesn't matter what you hit first, right? You can hit the pet first, you can hit the boss first, whichever is closer to you. Feel free to hit that, because here's the deal, bees are doing a DPS to a single target only, so regardless of who you hit, you will need to kill them both eventually, right? And for the 3rd phase, it's really simple. As you can see, all you have to do is avoid those cone shape attacks and DPS, right? The thing with the cone shape attacks, again, as I mentioned, do not get him in a corner, because once he gets in a corner, he only has exactly one direction to shoot in, and he will constantly shoot those cone shape attacks in that direction. So not only will you be taking a lot of damage, but you will also be unable to hit him at all, which will easily burn like 10 to 15 seconds, right? As he loses more HP, he uses more of those cone attacks. So at the DPS we did here, even with him standing in the middle, he sometimes would shoot 6 to 7 cone attacks in a quick succession, right? So it's easy to dodge those when you are standing somewhere in the middle, especially if you have some Sheldons tanking it, right? Because a Sheldon will provoke the boss in the last phase and he will constantly shoot in only that one direction. But overall, yeah, that's the team that we have used, right? We tried doing speedruns with the speed shot bow, we tried it with portals, right? Nothing came even close. I think the best time we had with one of those setups was like 215, 220, and it was nowhere near enough damage, unfortunately. But with this one, it only took us like 5 to 10 tries, right? And we were able to easily beat it. I mean, it was very clear that this is the team, especially after just attempting it for the first time. We got like a 204, I believe. So yeah, it was very clear that this is the team to do it with, right? It's much safer. You don't have to dodge all of the boss attacks. You don't have to sustain any of the hits, right? You can see that You will only take hits if you spawn Sheldons incorrectly or if you get too close by accident, right? Or you have like a Sheldon downtime, so, and even then you have Vampire Teeth, you have Vitamin Shot, which you can lifesteal from, right? Hope this helps you out in order to beat the tournament grounds level in sub 2 minutes. Now, again, I'm not sure whether this will work on hard or nightmare modes, right? I beat hard with both. But yeah, we only tried to speedrun the tournament rounds under 2 minutes, and it worked here for sure, so it might work in nightmare levels as well. And yeah, that's about it, and peace.